Michelle Cicely Tyson is a home dog. He tutti fruity, I'm gonna kick his booty. Oh, baby.
Welcome to a Boxing World Recap. On today's video, we're gonna revisit the two-fight saga between Mike Tyson and Mitch "Blood" Green. This beef went beyond the rules of the ring as these two heavyweights got into it on the streets of New York.
Who threw the first punch here?
He did. He sucker punched me because he's with his friends.
So, let's get right into this.
Mike Tyson loves to fight. He don't care if it's in the ring or out the ring.
When Mike Tyson faced former heavyweight contender James "Quick" Tillis in his 20th professional match,
Tyson in the black trunks and James "Quick" Tillis in the white.
he was 19 years old and unbeaten.
Here comes 19-year-old Mike Tyson as he emerges from his locker room.
Tillis had lost 4 of his previous 5 fights and entered the match as a heavy underdog.
28-year-old James "Quick" Tillis of Tulsa, Oklahoma, 31 wins, 8 losses, 24 knockouts, now unranked.
Whereas Tyson had won all 19 of his prior fights by knockout in the first 3 rounds.
Mike Tyson now 19-0, 19 knockouts.
Tillis, however, put on a valiant effort and managed to force Tyson to go a full 10 rounds for the first fight in his professional career. Tyson ultimately won by unanimous decision.
Here is the official score. Judge Tony Moritz scores it 8 rounds to 2. The winner by the end of this decision is still undefeated, Mike Tyson.
Suddenly, the whole world thought that they could get a shot at the young champion after they saw Tillis go a whole 10 rounds with him.
Tyson, if you know it, you hit me, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Mitch Green immediately started putting out videos flexing his muscles and saying he'd knock out Tyson.
Michelle Cicely Tyson is a home dog. He tutti fruity, I'm gonna kick his booty. Oh, baby.
These videos started to make rounds in the media, and it was enough to get him his match against Mike Tyson. Only 4 days later, it was revealed that Tyson would be fighting Mitch "Blood" Green next, on May 20th in Madison Square Garden. Growing up on the rough streets of Detroit, Mitch Green was a significant player in 1970s New York gang warfare. At the age of 17, he'd witnessed his father lose his life in a weird Western-style rapid draw shootout, not long before getting shot twice himself. He said, "I was shot twice when I was 17, but it had to have been the will of God that I wasn't hurt." Green was shot for the first time with a .22 Magnum. The bullet went through his right wrist, missing arteries, bones, and nerves, and Green was back on the streets a few weeks later. He got a graze wound the second time when a slug slit the right side of his skull, leaving a slight puffy scar. Ironically, it was the gunfights that led Green to less lethal boxing. Green attempted to leave the gang life behind, so he enrolled in the UBA boxing gym in New York. But at this point, his connections to the streets were too strong, and the NYPD now referred to him as the King of New York street gangs for his leadership of the lethal street gang. Then things began to take a turn for Mitch's reputation as he began to be well known for his success in the ring.
From the Bronx, New York, undefeated in 5 professional bouts with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Mitch "Blood" Green.
He won the New York Golden Gloves 4 times as an amateur in 1976, 77, 79, and 80. With a 64-7 record with 51 knockout victories.
So Mitch Green has won by unanimous decision.
Green won the 1977, 79, and 80 heavyweight open championships. In addition to the 1976 sub-novice heavyweight championship, Green won the 1976 title by defeating Anthony Zampelli.
Too many guys in this town that would mess with you, my man.
Well, I don't know. The more that tells me, the more fights I can get, the better I get. Just can't learn that without.
Green won the title by defeating Guy Castle in 1977, won the title in 79 by defeating Ralph Fucci, and in 80 by winning against Merlin Castellanos. In the 1978 tournament, he lost a crucial cut and was unable to capture a 5th Golden Gloves title. At the time Tyson and Green met, both of them were enjoying good success in their careers, and Green's trash talk helped fuel the intensity for this match.
I want to fight Mike Tyson. Michelle Tyson, you're a sissy. You're not a true champion.
Green was ranked 1 spot higher than Tyson in the WBC heavyweight rankings. Despite Green being ranked higher than Tyson, the fighters' purses were drastically different. Because of this, Green threatened to quit the match just 1 day prior to the scheduled event if his payout wasn't adjusted. Eventually, Green decided to go ahead with the fight after HBO executive Ross Greenberg told him that a shot at the WBC heavyweight title was on the line. When the match day came, it lived up to all the hype that had been built up before the day. Tyson had the upper hand for the majority of the fight, but he was unable to knock Green out. Green repeatedly clinched Tyson in an effort to lessen the potency of Tyson's power punches.
And shots to the body.
In a foreshadowing of future Tyson battles, most notably his championship matches that following year against Tony Tucker and James Bone Crusher Smith. But Green's offensive contributions were limited, and Tyson was able to win with a resounding unanimous decision by 2 scores of 9-1 and 1 score of 8-2.
For his 21st straight win and as many fights, Mike Tyson.
But their heated rivalry escalated only 2 years later when they clashed in an early morning street fight. Only 2 years later, when they fought in the early hours of the morning, did their bitter rivalry reach new heights. Having already accused Tyson's promoter Don King of underpaying him and wanting a lucrative second fight that he was unlikely to get, inside the ropes at least, Green was already enraged with Tyson. Green, however, had another reason for confronting Tyson in August 1988. He was a member of the infamous New York gang and thought Tyson's entry into his turf in the early morning hours was a freedom he could not allow without losing face. Tyson was in Harlem to buy a white leather jacket at Dapper Dan's. At this time, Green, who was aware of Tyson's presence, stormed into the store without a shirt and started hurling insults at his sworn enemy. Tyson claims that Green ripped his shirt pocket, which prompted him to retaliate.
He was just talking a lot, and I really thought he was grabbing from my pocket and trying to pull my pockets out, because if he ripped my pocket, all the money will fall. But I won't have a chance to get my money. I have to fight this cat, right? And then my money's to the wolves. So anyway, that's when I just started punching him.
According to Green, Tyson sucker punched him after turning his rings around so as not to damage him.
Who threw the first punch here?
He did. He sucker punched me, because he's with his friends, you know, and when he hit me, and I said I couldn't get a chance to get to him like I was, because everybody was like pulling me, you know, holding me, like so he could get away from me.
But it's undeniable that Tyson got the initial punch in, and then he added several more. The street fight further fueled rumors that Tyson was losing control outside of the boxing ring. 2 months before, Tyson had given the performance of his career by defeating 2-weight world champion Mike Spinks in just 91 seconds.
Down he goes. I don't think you get up from this. One of the fastest knockouts in heavyweight history. It came at 131.
9 years after the fight outside Dapper Dan's in 1997, Green sued Tyson for $25 million in an attempt to get his revenge. Green, however, was ultimately only given $45,000 in court, which wasn't even enough to pay for his legal fees. Green reportedly left the courthouse shouting, "I'm the winner, I whooped him." Tyson was certainly never knocked out by Green in the ring or in the streets. However, Green made his mark on Tyson's career by irritating him for 10 rounds in Kid Dynamite's debut at MSG, and then delaying his title defense against Bruno. As a result, their names will forever be linked in a weird footnote in the history of heavyweight boxing. So what'd you think about this unprecedented brawl? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section below, and of course, if you felt it, please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Get ready for a sensational journey as we take you back to one of the most electrifying nights in the legendary career of Iron Mike Tyson. It was a remarkable showdown where not only boxing skills, but emotions of anxiety, fear, and pressure played a vital role. In this video, we'll look deep into the minds of Tyson and his opponent, Michael Spinks, exploring their contrasting personalities and how they set the stage for one of the most dramatic encounters in boxing history. Get ready to witness the clash of these legends and the untamed intensity that defined this historic fight. So get ready, because this fight's about to hit you with a punch that'll leave you breathless. Mike Tyson's intensity and conditioning. Now, we all know that Mike Tyson's unmatched intensity and conditioning set him apart in the boxing world. His undying commitment and constant drive make him an unparalleled force within this industry. He would start his day with a challenging 5-kilometer run, pushing his body to its limits. After a rest and a carefully planned breakfast, Tyson engaged in rigorous boxing drills, perfecting his technique and speed with every powerful punch. The thunderous sound of his punches hitting the pads echoed through the gym, showcasing his force. Tyson sparred against the best in the gym, engaging in intense sessions that tested his limits. His disciplined diet included lean proteins like chicken and rice or steak and pasta, providing the energy he needed. Even after an exhausting day, he continued with additional drills and conditioning exercises, from stationary bike work to extreme bodyweight routines, enhancing his punch resistance and overall endurance. Tyson's unwavering dedication resulted in supreme physical conditioning, enabling him to enter the ring at his peak, ready to unleash his signature power. Both his intensity and conditioning were vital factors that transformed him to become the formidable force and undisputed heavyweight champion he'll always be remembered for. Michael Spinks' work rate and conditioning. In the same way, Michael Spinks' strategy for workout and conditioning was evidence of his unwavering commitment and resolve. Naturally, Spinks was a lightweight fighter, and he altered himself to heavyweight and prepared his mind and body to face larger opponents. He shifted his body to new limits, matching the demands of the higher weight class. Spinks recognized that relying totally on pure power would not be enough to overcome his heavyweight adversaries. Instead, he honed his work rate and boxing consciousness, understanding that his speed, precision, and tolerance would be his greatest assets. Through intense conditioning sessions, Spinks developed the ability to maintain a steady pace over the course of a grueling 12-round battle. Spinks' training included intense intervals, pushing himself to the limit before taking short breaks to recover. His training approach turned him into a highly efficient fighter, capable of delivering fast punches and maintaining a high work rate throughout the entire fight. By prioritizing conditioning and work rate over raw power, Spinks showcased his willingness to overcome the challenges of that heavyweight division through his skill and determination. His dedication to adapting his training and relying on his strengths set him apart and contributed to his success as a formidable champion. Contrasting personalities. The press conference before Tyson v. Spinks was charged with intense emotions and contrasting mindsets. Tyson's scaring scowl and dominant presence raised fear, while Spinks remained composed with a confident smile. This opposing behavior created an electric atmosphere as Tyson displayed aggression, with Spinks exuding calmness. The press conference showcased the clash between Tyson's intensity and Spinks' intense composure, heightening hope for their mental battle in the ring. The event left fans and the media intensely awaiting the captivating collision of these contrasting personalities, where emotions would run high alongside the punches thrown. Fight night mindsets. As fight night approached, the contrasting mindsets of Tyson and Spinks created this electric environment fueled with a dramatic tension that filled the stadium. Tyson's intimidating presence grew stronger as he got closer to the ring, emitting raw power and aggression. His intense focus and steady determination as the undisputed heavyweight champion instilled fear in his opponents. That determination was visible in his eyes, which increased that intimidating quality. On the other side, Spinks remained cool, his passive expression concealing the inner disturbance he felt. Despite his impressive undefeated record, the weight of anxiety and doubt cast by Tyson's aura loomed over him. As the fight began, Tyson launched a relentless assault, trapping Spinks and throwing powerful punches without hesitation. Spinks, visibly shaken, struggled to withstand Tyson's onslaught. The contrasting mindsets of the fighters took center stage, with Tyson showing no fear, while Spinks grappled with the challenge. It became a battle of wills and mental strength, determining who could conquer their inner doubts. The stage was set for a captivating showdown that would be remembered in boxing history. Tyson's dominance. Our fight began with an explosion of energy, with Tyson launching himself at his opponent Spinks with unyielding aggression. That assault left Spinks struggling to defend himself against the onslaught of precise and devastating punches, each blow landing with incredible power, systematically dismantling his opponent's defenses. It was a display of sheer mastery, as Tyson's punches found their mark with unwavering accuracy, ultimately leading to Spinks' downfall. But it was Tyson's first round knockout that forever sculpted his name in boxing history. The impact of that single moment echoed far beyond the confines of the ring, solidifying Tyson's reputation as a formidable force in the sport. The swift and decisive victory showcased his extreme power and amazing skills, leaving a permanent mark on his legacy. Join us as we delve into the mesmerizing details of Tyson's dominance, from the explosive start to precise and powerful punches that propelled him to victory. Discover how this first knockout forever shaped the course of his career, cementing his place as one of the greatest boxers ever to step foot in the ring. Brace yourselves for an exploration of Tyson's unparalleled dominance and the everlasting impact it had on the world of boxing. Aftermath and retirement. The fight against Tyson left Spinks with a heartbreaking decision: retirement from the sport that had consumed his life. The defeat was a devastating blow, both physically and emotionally, as it marked his first loss and left him questioning his future in boxing. Tyson's overpowering dominance forced Spinks to reevaluate his abilities and aspirations, ultimately leading to the difficult choice of hanging up the gloves. Unfortunately, this defeat overshadowed the brilliance of Spinks' overall career. Despite an undefeated record of 31 fights and notable victories, the magnitude of that loss to Tyson casted a long shadow over his accomplishments. Tyson's relentless power and aggression became the defining moment that captured public attention, distorting the narrative surrounding Spinks' career. However, it is essential to look further into Spinks' journey and show his other notable encounters and victories. Thank you so much for joining this big fight recap while revisiting the unforgettable clash between Mike Tyson and Michael Spinks. We've witnessed firsthand the incredible impact that contrasting personalities can have on a fight. From Tyson's intimidating and ferocious demeanor to Spinks' calm and easygoing nature, these two mindsets played a significant role in shaping the outcome of the time. Tyson's dominance and his lightning-fast victory showcased his relentless determination and power, while Spinks faced defeat. His decision to retire and his impressive career shouldn't be overshadowed by this particular night. And that's a wrap for today. Please like and subscribe and comment down below which fight you want to see next. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. I'm the best ever.
Are you ready to be blown away by one of the greatest boxers of all time? Because in this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the incredible world record set by none other than Mike Tyson. From his humble beginnings to his rise to the top of the boxing world, Tyson's story is one of dedication, determination, and sheer force of will. But you might be surprised to learn that his most impressive achievement has nothing to do with any of his fights. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Mike Tyson's world record comes from his time as the youngest heavyweight champion in history, a title he held for over a decade. At just 20 years old, Tyson defeated Trevor Berbick in 1986 to claim the WBC heavyweight championship, surpassing Floyd Patterson's previous record of 21 years old.
And the first man ever to regain the heavyweight championship, the winner, Floyd Patterson.
This fight was also notable for the fact that it was held in the Bahamas and was the last fight for both fighters. Berbick would retire after the fight, and Tyson would become the first boxer to hold the heavyweight title at such a young age. But Tyson's record-breaking achievement wasn't limited to just his age. He also set a record for the fastest knockout in a heavyweight championship fight, needing just 130 seconds to dispatch Michael Spinks in 1988.
Spinks in. He leads to the right hand. Down he goes. I don't think you get up from this. Mike Spinks is laying flat on his back. It's all over. Mike Tyson has won it. And the timer tells me 1:31 of the first round. One of the fastest knockouts in heavyweight history.
The fight, which was billed as the Battle of the Titans, saw Tyson land a devastating right hook that sent Spinks to the canvas, earning him a TKO victory.
I bet both of our person that you knock him out in the first round. So I thought he was serious, so just now he said he was lying. And so I went out and knocked him out in the first round.
This fight was not only significant because of the record, but also because it was the first fight between two undefeated heavyweight champions in over 20 years. Tyson's rapid rise to the top of the boxing world was nothing short of extraordinary. He turned professional at just 18 years old and had his first world title shot just 2 years later. He had a total of 38 fights as a professional, with 37 wins, 33 of them by knockout, and only 1 loss. He was known for his aggressive and ferocious fighting style.
And he's going to do it in the 6th because he's only midway through, and this is the way he finishes him off now, the master of the finishing stuff. What a fighter, absolute ferocious, and what a game man.
Which earned him the nickname Iron Mike. While Tyson's accomplishments in the ring are undeniable, his life outside the ring was plagued with controversy. In 1992, he was convicted of rape and sentenced to 6 years in prison. He served 3 years before being released on parole.
Did you rape her?
No, I ain't raped that slimy bitch.
The conviction had a significant impact on his career, as he was unable to fight for several years, and his reputation was heavily tarnished.
But me, I'm a big black rapist. Big, strong, black young kid wants some. She says no because he's an ape, so he hits her with his club, drags her by her hair, and rapes her and do as he wants. So that's the stigma I'm left with.
In addition to his legal troubles, Tyson also struggled with substance abuse and financial problems. Despite this, he made a comeback in 1995, winning the WBC and WBA heavyweight titles once again.
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut, down goes McNeely again. McNeely's hurt this time, Steve. He's very hurt.
However, he would later lose those titles in a controversial fight against Evander Holyfield in 1996, in which he bit off a part of Holyfield's ear.
What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Evander Holyfield, look out! He's pushed right here, above us by Tyson.
He's got bit in the ear.
Oh my goodness, he's got a bloody right ear. Holyfield bit by a dirty Mike Tyson.
The incident further damaged his reputation and led to his suspension from boxing. Despite the setbacks, Tyson continued to fight, even after his suspension was lifted. He had several notable fights in the late 90s and early 2000s, including a rematch with Holyfield and a fight against Lennox Lewis. But he was never able to regain the same level of success that he had earlier in his career. He retired from boxing in 2005 with a career record of 50 wins and 6 losses. Tyson's records are all the more impressive when you consider that he faced some of the toughest competition of his era. His opponents included boxers such as Larry Holmes, Frank Bruno, and Lennox Lewis, all of whom were at the top of their game at the time.
Again, Bruno momentarily turns up on the court by 3-4-5 punch combination. Right uppercut starting in. Bruno's in desperate trouble. It's going to be stopped. It's over. Bruno's lost his title, and Iron Mike is champion.
Now, despite this, Tyson was able to defeat them all, cementing his place in history as one of the greatest boxers of all time. Tyson's story is not only about his achievements inside the ring, but also about his struggles outside of it. He went from being a young, promising boxer to a convicted criminal, and then a comeback fighter, always surrounded by controversy. But despite all of this, his impact on the sport of boxing and on popular culture is undeniable. He was one of the most feared and respected boxers of all time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with us tonight, the youngest man in history to ever win the heavyweight world title. He made 16 world title appearances in his career.
And his record-breaking achievements and fierce fighting style will always be remembered as some of the most iconic moments in the history of the sport.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look, and he's going to stop the fight. It did not last 20 seconds.
In recent years, Tyson has made a comeback of sorts, not in the ring, but as a public figure and media personality. He's appeared in several movies and shows, and has also made a name for himself as a successful businessman. He's also been more open about his personal struggles.
Biggest beatdown you've ever had, whether it be physically or emotionally or spiritually?
I lost my 4-year-old daughter. She accidentally killed herself by accident.
Oh, man.
She on a treadmill. She didn't know how to work it, and she got hurt.
Wow.
So after that, I didn't know what to do.
And has used his platform to raise awareness about mental health and addiction.
I learned gratitude. This is what I learned from life kicking my ass. I learned gratitude.
Mike Tyson's world record is a testament to his incredible talent, dedication, and unbreakable spirit. Whether you're a fan of boxing or not, there's no denying the impact that he had on the sport. He paved the way for future boxers and became a cultural icon. As we look back on his incredible career, it's clear that Mike Tyson will always be remembered as one of the greatest boxers of all time, a true legend in the sport of boxing. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're not already with us for more boxing content. We'll see you in the next one.
How do you deal with that fear? Well, I use the fear to reflect it on my opponent. Because fear I use as my friend. It's my friend. If I don't have it, I don't fight.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown between two heavyweight legends, Marvis Frazier versus Mike Tyson.
You will see that Frazier has a reach advantage of about 6 inches, which will probably be nullified if he comes forward toward Tyson, as we expect him to do.
Will Marvis Frazier's speed and agility triumph over Tyson's raw power and aggression?
It is not a matter of if Mike Tyson knocks out Marvis Frazier, but it's just a matter of when. I don't think Marvis is overmatched in this fight because of a lack of talent.
Tune into the channel to find out.
Any fighter in general would think their main objective is to make the audience go home and let them know they had witnessed something that was incredibly special.
The world of boxing is abuzz with excitement as two of the greatest heavyweights of all time prepare to step into this ring. On one side, we have Marvis Frazier, the son of legendary boxer Joe Frazier.
With my pop in my corner, I don't see any way that I can lose.
Known for his lightning-fast footwork and relentless stamina, Marvis Frazier has always been a formidable opponent in the ring. He had a professional record of 20 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw.
Marvis has shown his father's fire and an ability to move bigger men, as Joe did.
He's had impressive wins against fighters like Terry Mims, James Broad, and Lorenzo Kennedy. Now on the other side, we have the one and only Mike Tyson.
Now entering the ring, the local favorite, trains and lives in Catskill, New York, has fought so many of his bouts here in the Albany, Troy, New York area. Mike Tyson entering as the warrior.
With his brute strength and devastating punches, Tyson has quickly made a name for himself as one of the most fearsome fighters in the sport. He had a record of 50 wins and 2 losses, with 44 of those wins coming by way of knockout.
Good right uppercut, and once again the legs twitch. Jose in trouble. And down.
He was the undisputed heavyweight champion and widely regarded as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
The undisputed, heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson.
He had notable wins against fighters like Trevor Berbick, Pinklin Thomas, and Michael Spinks.
This is after Spinks got up after 1 knockout, tried to fight back, and had nothing as Mike Tyson landed the right.
Now these two legends have never faced each other in the ring before, and fans around the world are eagerly awaiting the outcome of this historic match.
As an amateur, Marvis did show ability as a boxer, and he does have that tremendous heart of a Frazier. And there are people who think that if Marvis can move and survive the early rounds, but Tyson is now confident in his ability to go 10 rounds, and we saw against Mitch Green. I don't see that as a problem.
Marvis, being the son of Joe Frazier, who fought Mike Tyson's trainer, Customato's fighter Muhammad Ali, in the legendary fight known as the Fight of the Century and Thrilla in Manila, had a personal reason to fight Mike Tyson, which added more fuel to the already high anticipation of this match. As the bell rings for the first round, the crowd erupts in cheers as the two fighters step into it. Marvis Frazier comes out strong, using speed and agility to dodge Tyson's powerful punches.
Tyson comes out slugging.
He comes out smoking like Marvis's father, Joe.
Frazier's known for his exceptional footwork, just like his dad, and using that advantage in his fight, he was able to move around the ring quickly and effectively, making it difficult for Tyson to land those punches. Tyson, on the other hand, was determined to prove that his power was superior to Frazier's speed and agility. He was relentless in his attack, throwing heavy punches with bad intentions, but Frazier was able to dodge most of them.
and the 3 knockdown rule is in effect.
The first round ended with both fighters landing some solid punches, but neither of them was able to gain a significant advantage. Now the second round continued in much the same way as the first, with Tyson throwing heavy punches and Frazier able to dodge most of them and counter effectively. But as the fight wore on, it became clear that Tyson's raw power was starting to take its toll on Marvis Frazier. Tyson's punches were starting to land more frequently, and Frazier was starting to look fatigued. Despite his best efforts, Marvis was unable to keep up with Tyson's relentless assault, and by the end of the 5th round, he was clearly exhausted. His punches were becoming slower and less effective, while Tyson's were still coming in fast and heavy. In the 6th round, Tyson landed a powerful left hook that sent Frazier down to the canvas.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down.
This time, the ref stopped the fight.
And he's going to stop the fight.
And Tyson was declared winner by TKO. Now after the fight, Tyson was full of praise for his opponent. He said, "Marvis Frazier's a great fighter and a worthy opponent. He had good footwork and his counter punches were effective, but in the end, my power was just too much for him. He's a true warrior, just like his father."
To go as far as the 6th round, farther than you have been before as a professional. Were there some moments of frustration during the fight for you?
Because, I never get frustrated because I know we have a 10-round limit. And the crop of heavyweights nowadays having a little difficulty going the full 10 rounds. And the way they have it planned in their mind to beat me is to jab, pot shot, and grab me. But it's 10 rounds, and eventually I'm going to catch them.
Marvis Frazier was gracious in defeat, saying, "Mike Tyson's a great champion, and he deserved to win tonight. He was too strong and too powerful for me, but I'm proud of the fight that I put up. I gave it my all, and I have no regrets. I learned a lot from this experience, and I'll come back stronger."
I expected him to come out because I was watching him in the weigh-in and the way he was looking at me, and I felt the intensity of his personality. And then he just came out to fight, and I was ready to come in here and fight with him and stay body to body with him for 10 rounds.
The fight was a testament to the Frazier's legacy. Marvis fought with the same tenacity and determination as his father, and gave Tyson a tough fight. The matchup was a showcase of 2 distinct styles: Tyson's raw power and aggression versus Marvis's speed and agility.
Marvis in the corner and trap. There it was. Just clipped him right on the chin. The left was unnecessary. Marvis is badly hurt at this point. Uppercut again. And there, Marvis is out on his feet. Everything after this is just incidental.
It was a thrilling fight that had the crowd on the edge of their seats. Marvis Frazier's performance in the match was impressive, and he gained a lot of respect from the boxing community and fans, as he was able to stand his ground against one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. In the end, Tyson's power proved to be too much for Marvis Frazier.
That Marvis could handle this kind of an attack.
You see that stiff left hand, that jab that Mike has not shown too much. The jab backed Marvis up into the corner. A second jab kept him there for those right uppercuts.
There will continue to be skepticism in some quarters regarding Tyson's stamina, his ability to take a punch, his technique in the ring.
But it was a fight that'll be remembered for years to come. It was a true showcase of the sport of boxing and the legacy of the Frazier family. That's it for this epic showdown between Frazier and Tyson. Tune in next time as we bring even more exciting action from the world of boxing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates and exclusive content. Till next time, fight fans, this is Boxing World, signing off.
From the streets of Dublin, Ireland to the global stage, Conor McGregor has carved his path with unparalleled charisma, exceptional fighting skills, and a relentless drive for success. Known for his brash personality and explosive fighting style, McGregor's rise to prominence captivated audiences worldwide. Conor McGregor's journey began in the modest neighborhood of Crumlin, Dublin, where his passion for combat sports ignited at a young age. Despite his humble upbringing, McGregor's love for fighting was deeply ingrained within him. Influenced by his Irish roots and family, he developed a strong affinity for martial arts, particularly in the realm of mixed martial arts or MMA. McGregor wholeheartedly embraced the sport, dedicating himself to honing his skills and fostering an unwavering determination that would propel him to extraordinary heights. McGregor's path to fame was not without obstacles.
Taekwondo, karate, jiu-jitsu, it's just a pure combat.
As he climbed the ranks in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC, many doubted his abilities, dismissing him as a brash talker. However, McGregor's unwavering determination and undeniable charisma quickly silenced his critics. A pivotal moment came in July 2014 when he faced Diego Brandao in Dublin.
So let's go over to the tail of the tape for this main event, which is sponsored by EA Sports UFC. Wow, here it is, Dan. The main event of the evening. Leon Roberts draws the assignment.
McGregor's explosive striking skills allowed him to defeat Brandao in the first round, captivating Irish fans and solidifying his place in the UFC.
That is it! It is all over! Conor McGregor is victorious! The crowd go absolutely wild!
With each triumph, McGregor's popularity skyrocketed. His magnetic personality, quick wit, and memorable one-liners made him a media darling. Press conferences and interviews featuring McGregor became must-see events as fans eagerly anticipated his bold predictions and captivating verbal exchanges. McGregor's unfiltered confidence and relentless self-promotion set him apart from his peers, making him a captivating figure in combat sports. In 2015, McGregor's rise continued with a decisive win against Dennis Siver.
In a span of just 2 years, this young man has gone from relative unknown to superstardom around the world,
setting the stage for his title aspirations. Displaying precision striking, he defeated Siver in the second round.
Conor McGregor stops Dennis Siver. The notorious Conor.
This victory paved the way for his highly anticipated fight against featherweight champion Jose Aldo in December 2015.
The most highly anticipated featherweight fight of all time.
Aldo held the title for nearly a decade, remaining undefeated all those years. The clash between the dominant champion and the audacious upstart captivated the MMA community. McGregor, fueled by unwavering self-belief, confidently predicted a first-round knockout and taunted Aldo, earning the nickname Mystic Mac for his apparent ability to foresee fight outcomes. The anticipation reached its peak, and when the moment arrived, McGregor wasted no time. Just 13 seconds into the first round, he landed a devastating left hook, knocking Aldo out and ending his reign. McGregor's victory not only secured him the featherweight title, but also established him as an electrifying and dominant figure in the UFC. His triumph propelled him to unprecedented heights of success. Following his success in the featherweight division, McGregor set his sights on conquering the lightweight category. In a historic feat, he faced off against Eddie Alvarez.
Champion against champion.
At Madison Square Garden in November 2016. The highly anticipated bout marked McGregor's opportunity to become the first fighter in UFC history to hold titles in 2 weight classes simultaneously.
Undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, the notorious.
With the world watching, McGregor displayed his exceptional skill set and unparalleled confidence inside the octagon. From the opening bell, he unleashed a relentless onslaught of strikes, showcasing his precision and devastating power. Alvarez struggled to find answers to McGregor's offensive onslaught, unable to withstand the Irishman's relentless pressure. As the fight progressed, McGregor's dominance became increasingly evident. With each well-timed punch and calculated movement, he dismantled Alvarez's defenses. In the second round, McGregor connected with a thunderous left hand that sent Alvarez crashing to the canvas. The referee swiftly stepped in to stop the fight, declaring McGregor the winner by knockout. And history was made, becoming the first ever fighter to hold world titles in 2 different weight classes. Conor McGregor, a legend of the sport. Beyond McGregor's accomplishments in the world of mixed martial arts, his audacity and hunger for new challenges led him to venture beyond the boundaries of the MMA octagon.
He loves to play it up. He's always hammed it up for the cameras and always played up the bill.
One of the most notable highlights of his career was the extraordinary showdown against the undefeated boxing legend, Floyd Mayweather Jr. McGregor's decision to step into the world of boxing was met with skepticism. Many doubted his ability to transition seamlessly from the complex and multifaceted world of MMA to the singular artistry of boxing. Yet McGregor's unwavering self-belief and tireless work ethic pushed him to embrace this immense challenge head-on. In 2017, McGregor and Mayweather engaged in a highly anticipated cross-discipline fight that transcended the realms of both MMA and boxing. The crowd, a diverse mix of boxing purists, MMA enthusiasts, and casual sports fans, held their collective breath, unsure of what they were about to witness. McGregor's unorthodox footwork, explosive power, and relentless forward pressure showcased the hallmarks of his MMA career, while Mayweather relied on his precision, defensive mastery, and counter-punching brilliance. To the surprise of many, McGregor held his own against the seasoned boxing champion. In the early rounds, his unorthodox approach and powerful punches found their mark, challenging Mayweather in ways he hadn't anticipated. In the later rounds, Mayweather's accuracy and defensive tactics started dismantling McGregor's offensive assault. Ultimately, it was a technical knockout that sealed McGregor's fate. Despite the loss, McGregor's performance in the ring was remarkable and earned him the respect of boxing aficionados and critics alike. He had defied all expectations and proven that his skills and mindset transcended the boundaries of a single discipline. The fight against Mayweather not only showcased McGregor's adaptability and fighting spirit, but also elevated his global stature. His fearlessness in taking on Mayweather, a legendary figure in boxing, propelled him into the mainstream consciousness, transcending the confines of combat sports. McGregor became a symbol of ambition, inspiring athletes from various disciplines to push their limits and challenge the established norms. Beyond the ring, McGregor's encounter with Mayweather opened doors to new opportunities. It paved the way for lucrative business ventures, endorsements, and media appearances, solidifying his status as a global sports icon.
He should have killed me when he had the chance, because now I'm back and I'm going to kill you and your whole fucking team. You and them bitch kids.
Now McGregor's journey hasn't been without its setbacks. His rivalry with Nate Diaz proved to be a defining chapter in his career. The first encounter between McGregor and Diaz took place at welterweight, a weight class outside McGregor's usual division. Despite his initial confidence, McGregor faced adversity as Diaz weathered his early assault and came back with a relentless attack. McGregor ultimately succumbed to a rear naked choke, suffering his first UFC loss. This defeat served as a wake-up call and fueled McGregor's determination to avenge his loss. The rematch held at welterweight was a grueling 5-round battle that showcased McGregor's resilience and adaptability. Despite facing significant adversity, McGregor emerged victorious in a majority decision, solidifying his status once again as a true warrior. The clash between McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov was one of the most highly anticipated fights in MMA history. The bout was mired in personal animosity and heated exchanges leading up to the event. McGregor, known for his psychological warfare, pushed the boundaries with his trash-talking, making the fight intensely personal. In the fight itself, Khabib's superior grappling skills proved decisive as he smothered McGregor with relentless ground control, ultimately submitting him in the 4th round with a neck crank. However, the post-fight chaos marred the event when a brawl erupted between the two fighters' teams. The incident further highlighted the complexities of McGregor's career, drawing attention to the controversies that surrounded him. McGregor's journey has been fraught with setbacks, both in and out of the octagon. Legal troubles, such as the bus incident that resulted in criminal charges, threatened to overshadow his accomplishments. His career has not been perfect, and that's what makes him so great. Even with all the setbacks and losses, he's never given up and still lived in the hearts of fans as a legend. McGregor's ability to bounce back from adversity and reclaim his position as one of the top fighters in the world is a testament to his greatness. The legend of Conor McGregor wouldn't be complete without his iconic trash talk. McGregor possesses a gift for verbal warfare as potent as his strikes inside the octagon. His ability to captivate audiences with his razor-sharp tongue and audacious statements has become an integral part of his persona and his rise to global stardom. From pre-fight press conferences to post-fight interviews, McGregor seized every opportunity to verbally assault his opponents, igniting a firestorm of anticipation and intrigue. But his trash talk goes beyond mere theatrics. It serves a purpose. McGregor aims to get under his opponent's skin, disrupt their mental equilibrium, and create a psychological advantage. He dissects his adversaries, probes their weaknesses, and exploits any perceived vulnerabilities. McGregor's verbal onslaught can be so relentless that it leaves his opponents rattled and emotionally unstable even before they step foot inside the octagon. It often carries over into the fight itself. By provoking his opponents, McGregor forces them to fight on his terms, capitalizing on their frustration or anger. It becomes a mind game, an additional layer of strategy that McGregor employs to gain the upper hand. Love him or loathe him, McGregor's trash talk cannot be ignored. It's become an integral part of his brand and his legacy. McGregor's ability to generate buzz, capture the attention of the media, and captivate fans with his audacious predictions, and let's not forget those captivating verbal exchanges, is a testament to his charisma and showmanship. Conor McGregor's impact on the sport of mixed martial arts transcends his victories and controversies. He's become a catalyst for change, revolutionizing the way fighters promote themselves and ushering a new era of entertainment and spectacle. McGregor's brash personality and gift for self-promotion have propelled him to unprecedented heights of fame and fortune. His ability to captivate the audience with his bold statements, charismatic persona, and unfiltered confidence has attracted a legion of fans from around the world. But his impact goes beyond mere popularity. He's inspired a new generation of fighters who look to him as a trailblazer and role model. McGregor's audacity, work ethic, and unwavering self-belief have become a blueprint for success in the sport. Young fighters now strive to emulate his fearless approach, both inside and outside the octagon. His influence extends beyond the sport itself. He's reshaped the landscape of combat sports, elevating MMA to new heights of mainstream recognition and acceptance. McGregor's ability to captivate not only MMA fans, but also casual viewers, has widened the sport's appeal and brought it into the spotlight. He's elevated the sport to a level where it competes with popularity of traditional combat sports like boxing. Conor McGregor's contributions to the sport of MMA cannot be overstated. He has redefined the concept of showmanship, transforming fights into events, and captivating audiences with his larger-than-life personality. Conor McGregor's journey from Dublin to global superstardom has been nothing short of extraordinary. His electrifying fights, charismatic personality, and ability to captivate audiences have solidified his status as a legend in the world of combat sports. Despite the controversies that have surrounded him, McGregor's impact on the sport and his enduring legacy is undeniable. As the story of his career continues to unfold, McGregor's place in the annals of MMA history is secure, leaving an indelible mark on the sport and inspiring fighters.
John
is another story.
John Jones is a great fighter, but I'm gonna be 100. Even if he was standing in this room, I said, but he's the dirtiest fighter ever. He's the dirtiest fighter ever, and the guy's so smart. He does the most dirtiest things. Like, plus, if you doing anything good on him, and he's gonna put his fingers in you, he's gonna poke you in the eye, and then if you advancing on you doing anything good, you get the advantage. You're gonna kick your knee backwards. For one, I think that knee kick, they call it like an oblique kick, whatever. He's kicking you right on your kneecap, kick in the back. I think that should be banned. Like, my knee is still messed up from that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That fight. Wow.
Yeah, my knee is still messed up from that fight.
Wow.
Because it hyperextended. He kicked it all the way back. Like, you can end people's careers with those moves. So go back and watch this fight. Think about all those spinning elbows he used to do in the beginning. Where did they land? Do you remember?
Where'd they land?
On the back of people's heads.
That's true. Yeah. Now that you think about it, yeah.
It's illegal. John Jones is like the dirtiest fighter. So
Are you not cool with John Jones?
No, I'm cool with John Jones.
Okay.
When I see John Jones, we cool.
Have you ever seen a comeback that was so remarkable it defied all logic? Well, today we're going to talk about one of the greatest comebacks in boxing history, the incredible story of Vinnie Paz. Vinnie Pazienza is a name that'll forever be etched into the history books of boxing. His incredible comeback story after suffering a near-fatal car accident has gone down in the annals of sports as one of the greatest comebacks ever.
And there's the right, and Paul goes down.
From being told he would never walk again to becoming a world champion, this is an inspirational tale about perseverance, resilience, and determination that'll leave you wanting more. So join us as we take a look at Vinnie Pazienza's remarkable journey back to greatness. Vinnie Pazienza was born in Cranston, Rhode Island on December 16, 1962. He started boxing at the age of 10 and rapidly earned a reputation as a formidable competitor. By the time he was 18, he'd already won multiple Golden Glove titles and was being compared to boxing's greats like Roberto Duran. Pazienza went on to enjoy a successful professional career, where he became a two-time world champion in 2 different weight divisions. He won his first world title by defeating Luis Santana for the WBA Lightweight Championship in 1988. The following year, Pazienza achieved an even greater milestone by winning the IBF Super Middleweight Championship against Gilbert Dele after a punishing 15-round battle. His career highlights also include victories against boxers such as Aaron Barkley and Roger Mayweather, both of whom were undefeated prior to their fights with Pazienza. With 25 wins out of 27 fights, Vinnie Paz had established himself as one of the greatest boxers of his time before his fatal car accident changed everything. This car accident occurred in 1991 after Pazienza had just finished his training for the fight against Lloyd Honeyghan. He was on his way back from a media event when he ran into the back of a parked truck at an intersection, resulting in him suffering a severe neck injury that left him unable to move his body from the neck down. He was rushed to the hospital, and medical professionals feared that he may never be able to walk or even move again. Pazienza underwent cervical fusion surgery, where 4 titanium plates were inserted into his neck along with 2 screws. This invasive procedure put Pazienza into a medically induced coma for 2 days, during which time doctors were unsure if he would survive or not, and slowly started to regain feeling in his body over the next few weeks, despite being told by doctors that it was impossible and unsafe for him to return to boxing. Vinnie Paz persevered and decided to resume training while wearing a custom-made neck brace.
And I wanted people to know that I am okay, that I will survive this.
An act of courage and strength that stunned the world. Despite the risks, Pazienza defied the doctor's orders and started training again. He worked tirelessly, strengthening his neck muscles, which was a difficult task due to the titanium plates and screws inserted into his body. Paz also had to go through intense physical therapy sessions in order to regain full mobility and flexibility back in his neck. To make matters worse, he was required to wear a custom-made neck brace at all times as an extra precautionary measure. Yet, despite all these challenges, Paz kept on pushing forward with extraordinary willpower and determination. After months of hard work and dedication, he finally managed to resume boxing, much to the surprise of everyone around him. When Vinnie Pazienza decided to go against doctors' orders and return to boxing, it was seen as a reckless move by some, especially since medical professionals had warned him that he could be risking further injury. However, Paz was undeterred and pushed himself to make a full recovery in an effort to reclaim his spot at the top of the world rankings. He started off slowly by taking part in light sparring sessions at first while wearing his custom-made neck brace at all times. As time went on, Pazienza gradually increased the intensity of his training and eventually fought his way back into the ring. Despite being advised not to compete until he had fully recovered, Paz made his triumphant return to the ring on March 15, 1992. Where he faced off against Luis Santana, whom he had previously beaten for his WBA lightweight championship in 1988. The fight was an instant classic, as both men put on a show for the delighted crowd. In spite of all the doubts surrounding him prior to that bout, Vinnie Paz proved everyone wrong with an incredible performance that earned him a unanimous decision victory over Santana. This comeback win marked Vinnie's first major win since that horrific car accident, and provided him with enough confidence to take on more challenging opponents in subsequent fights. He went on to win 5 out of 6 bouts over the next 2 years, with victories against marquee boxers such as Barkley and Mayweather, which we said were already undefeated prior to the fights with Pazienza. By 1994, Vinnie Paz had successfully regained full mobility and strength in his neck muscles, something that many thought would have been impossible after such a severe injury. And he went on to inspire countless fans around the world with his remarkable story of resilience and determination. Vinnie Paz's journey is truly remarkable and has gone down in history as one of the sport's greatest comebacks ever. After his comeback victory, Vinnie Paz went on to prove himself as one of the greatest boxers of all time. He fought and won 3 world titles, 2 IBF super middleweight titles, and a WBU lightweight heavyweight title. In 1994, Vinnie Paz successfully beat Gilbert Dele for the IBF super middleweight title. This was his first major victory after coming back from the injury, and he cemented himself as a contender in the boxing world. His win against Dele was convincing, showing that even with an injured neck, he had what it took to compete at the highest level. Vinnie Paz went on to defend that IBF super middleweight title twice in 1995 against Nate Miller and Joe Hip. Both fights were well contested, with Paz demonstrating superior skill, technique, and endurance, leading him to successive victories against both opponents. On November 2, 1996, Paz then added to his accolades by winning the WBU light heavyweight championship when he beat Eric Lucas by technical knockout in the 8th round at Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut. This was a landmark victory for Paz, as it marked his 3rd world title across 2 different weight divisions something no other boxer had achieved before him. It also demonstrated that he was still capable of competing even as a light heavyweight, which is much higher than where he originally competed during his career before his injury. He continued to fight regularly until 2004. Where he retired with an impressive record of 50 wins, 31 KOs, and 10 losses across a storied career spanning over 20 years. Vinnie Paz's remarkable comeback story is one of perseverance and determination. Despite the odds being stacked against him, he was able to rise up and prove that anything is possible with hard work. He went on to become a 3-time world champion across 2 different weight classes, something no other boxer did before him. Showcasing his incredible skills as an athlete, his inspiring journey has left a lasting legacy in boxing history and will continue to be remembered for years to come. Thanks for hanging out with us on Vinnie Paz's amazing comeback story. If you had a good time, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.